Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to episode 72 now. This intro is coming to you from Oceana House because the intro did not work at Lifestyle when I went to export it. So, just to give you that heads up, okay? I was off sick for a couple of days or nearly 2 weeks. So it was great to be back and seeing lives today. And I was really happy to see my friends again. So just a couple of rules, guys. If you are sick, do not come to work. Stay home. Get a rapid test. It's as simple as that. Okay? Because it is not right or considerate to spread germs around same types lifestyles. And it's not very considerate. So, in the rest of the video, you will see what we discussed today. And I was coughing a bit this day, but I am getting slowly better with the antibiotics. So here is the intro from Narrowena and Oceana. The last 5 shots are from my shops. So I hope that you enjoy them. And I hope that you enjoy episode 72. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode 72 now. And welcome to you and the viewers out there. I'm Barry Fair. I'm masked up Barry Fair. Now, just in case you're wondering why I didn't put any new videos up, is because I've been sick. And I'm well. Now, you've heard me say don't come in when sick on many of the shows we've brought to you here in the studio. Well, I'm going to bring it up again today. So if you're sick, do not come in and spread your germs around like peanut butter. That's just my joke.
It's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor. So, to open episode 72 today, we would like to encourage you to stay home if not well. And joining me in the studio now for episode 72, good morning to Alec.
Morning, Barry. Thanks for having me on the show.
So, how did my sickness get start? Well, if you saw episode 71, I was struggling a bit. Here's Alec now for his opening sequence on this.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. I think I was in that episode with you, wasn't I?
You were.
Yeah, and it was obvious that, you were definitely coming down with something. And then obviously you must have felt worse the next day.
I felt like, I'm going to say it,
crap.
Felt like crap the next day, yeah. Yeah, we could tell, I think, in that video that you were coming down with something and then, yeah, obviously got worse the next day. And in fact, you've been away for quite a few days now, haven't you?
So I was away on the 6th of September. That was a Friday. And the Monday, what was the date on that Monday?
So that must have been the 9th?
And so Saturday, the 9th,
No, hold on. Saturday was the 7th.
the 7th,
The Monday
yeah.
was the 9th, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
And then I was away again on the 10th,
Really?
and then again on the Friday,
Right.
which was the what day was it? Last Friday,
Last Friday was the 13th. Friday the 13th.
the 13th.
Unlucky Friday the 13th. You were away that day too.
Yeah.
Wow, mate. You were away quite a bit.
So I
But
was
it's good that
away.
you're feeling a bit better now. Are you still taking precautions with the mask though, aren't you?
Yeah. So if you feel not up to it, don't push yourself. Here's Alec.
Yep, absolutely. Take it easy. If you're feeling sick, don't push yourself. Rest up. Drink lots of water. Eat healthy. And take it easy and take the time to get better.
And go to your doctor if your symptoms get worse, or organize a telehealth. Here's Alec.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you do then start to get worse and it starts to feel more than just, something very minor, then good idea to have an appointment with the doctor.
And he will put you on some antibiotics. Here's Alec.
Yeah, and I think it depends, doesn't it, on what they think is wrong with you. Sometimes they just say, oh, it's a virus and antibiotics won't help. But if they suspect some kind of bacterial infection, I think it is, or something else, then they'll put you on antibiotics. And I think, did you get antibiotics this time?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, okay. So it must have been serious enough for them to give you that.
So we will talk more about the doctors later on in the show. But some exciting news. Well, the exciting news is I'm off to the Opera House in November, which brings us on nicely to the show. And as you can see, well, you can't see through the glass doors, a prop is being painted. Here's Alec.
Yeah, it's super exciting, Barry. So clearly, you've got there's the Opera House show on, I think is it the 29th of October?
No, November.
November, 29th of November. There's an Opera House show. I think there's a matinee performance and an evening performance, which may or may not be booked out already, I think maybe they're still selling tickets, but they're selling fast. So if people want to go, they probably should find out and book them pretty quickly. And it's super exciting. And yeah, there's a big prop being painted. Actually being painted today.
It's a caravan.
A caravan.
That's what it is. I thought it was a bus.
So did I. But obviously it's a caravan.
So
That's cool.
it is important to rehearse well and get your lines right and have your script ready. Here's Alec.
Yes, so you're talking about performing in a play, the drama. So that's what the performance is on the 29th of November. It's a play, and it's important to practice and learn your lines,
And get the script, your
get the script.
words right.
Yep, get the words right. Well, I suppose if you make a mistake, it doesn't matter, right? So you just keep going on the night if you happen to make a little mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you say on the radio show, you make a mistake, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just move on. No point crying over spilt milk. Here's Alec.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't matter if you make a little mistake. And in fact, it makes it sound more authentic, right? This is you, because people make mistakes normally as they talk. So it actually just sounds better in a way if it's not quite perfect. It's actually a good thing. So yeah, mistakes are fine, and particularly in radio, you just keep going. Don't worry about it.
And in television.
Yes, yeah, radio or live to air TV, you just keep going. It doesn't matter. Everybody makes mistakes.
So, and the important thing, if you're going to promote something, make sure you get permission. Here's Alec.
Yes, that's a good point, isn't it? So getting permission is a very important thing. So if you are going to promote something like a performance, just make sure that the people who are doing the performance are comfortable with you promoting it.
So don't just go willy-nilly. Here's Alec.
Yeah, that's right. So nice to talk to people about the performance and what you're planning to do, just to get their support and approval and to make sure they're happy for it.
And don't just go ahead and go crazy and organize it all. Because things are bound to go wrong on the night.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Things are bound to go wrong on the night. Here's Alec.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter, does it? So if something goes wrong, you just keep going and don't worry about it. People are very, very understanding when things are not perfect, because everybody understands that nobody's perfect.
Because, like I said, it's no point crying over spilled milk. Here's Alec.
Yeah, that's right. No point in crying over spilt milk. What's done is done, and
Because you can't fix it.
that's right.
It's like glass, if it goes smash,
It's done.
it's
You
done.
can't fix it. You can get a new glass, but yeah, there's no point in worrying about it, is there? So
Or getting stressed about it.
yes,
Here's Alec.
I agree, mate. Like you really, there's no point in getting stressed about making mistakes, and particularly as everybody does, you know.
So, excuse me. Sorry about that, everybody. So, it's no point crying over spilt milk or getting stressed. And if you are nervous before the show, relax. Don't do it when you want to go
Do it.
relax. Just chill out. We know,
When you want to go.
relax. don't do it when you want to go through it. Because that's the motto when you're doing
Absolutely.
shows like that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's normal, isn't it? It's normal to feel a bit anxious, a bit nervous before a show.
and sometimes you feel like you've got butterflies in your stomach, and
Yeah, that is a very normal feeling. So I think all sorts of people get that before their performances, not just in drama, but, you know, musicians and even like athletes. Sometimes professional athletes get nervous before their games or their events. So I think it's very normal and very human to feel nervous. And the trick is to realize that and just decide to, you know, just do your best and try not to worry about it too.
because like I just said a couple of minutes ago, relax. It's okay, and talk to someone about it as well.
That's a great idea, mate. So I think one of the best ways of relaxing and feeling less anxious is to share your concerns with somebody else. And quite often that makes you feel a lot better. And quite often they will help you. So I think that's a great idea. Yeah, talk to someone. That can really be very helpful.
So take for example, me going to Bridgeton last year.
Yes, which was legendary. Legendary.
And I was on that stage, and I've got the footage on YouTube to prove it.
And weren't you like the understudy? You came in very, very late in the day to help, didn't you?
Yeah, I was the understudy.
Yeah. Somebody dropped out, I think. Is that what happened? Or?
Yeah, that's right, they did.
Yeah. And so you had to fill in. You did an amazing job. I heard you did a fantastic job. I think Sam was the manager then, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
She said it was just sensational.
Well, now, let's talk about the days getting longer now. Well, you may have noticed that the days are getting longer now. And like I said on a couple of shows back, daylight saving will soon be here. And the date is the 16th, so not very long to go. So, daylight saving, okay? It means that the clocks go forward 1 hour. Here's Alec.
Yeah, that's right. And it's pretty soon, isn't it? So what date is daylight saving? Does it
Well,
switch over?
it starts on the 6th of October, 2 a.m. in the morning. So that means that we lose 8 hours sleep.
So they put the clocks forward.
Yeah, not back.
No, so we lose an hour. So we have a day that has only 23 hours instead of
24.
yeah. And so that's the 6th of October. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
And I think that's also the long weekend, the October long weekend.
Yeah, and then,
And the good thing about that is you get another night for your body clock to adjust. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you get to sort of sleep in a bit or whatever on Monday morning with the new time.
and You don't have to go, oh, damn it, I'm late. Head out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. So because we all get a public holiday on that day, people don't have to, get up and go to work and stuff, so they can still sleep in and start to get used to the new time.
So, it means that it is called spring daylight saving summertime. Here now.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the spring changeover for daylight savings time, Eastern Standard Daylight Saving Time, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's interesting that up in Queensland, where there isn't as much variation between the long days and the short days, they don't even have it, do they?
No, they don't.
It's really the southern states where in summer we get really long days and in winter our days are much shorter. That's when it makes more difference, where the difference in sunlight makes more difference. So that's why we have daylight savings and they don't.
Most of the states don't.
Is that right?
Perth doesn't have it.
What about South Australia? Do you know if they have it?
Yeah, they would have it.
So South
Same
Australia.
with Tasmania, the ACT, and Victoria.
Right. So it would be WA, Northern Territory and Queensland that don't.
Yeah, that's right. So we also talked about sunburn too on the last show. That was episode 70. Okay, if you're planning to go outside during the long days, slap now. It's the kind of summer's day. Slip, slap,
Slip on a shirt, slap on sunscreen.
and slap on a hat.
Hold on, slop on sunscreen. I just made a mistake. But don't worry, the show must go on. All right.
And then
Slip on a shirt, slop on sunscreen.
and slap on a hat.
Yeah.
So sunburn, guys, is really important. Take care of it. Get some good sun cream, okay? I mean, sunburn, ouch, it can hurt like hell. Cause I've been through that. I had blisters all over my leg, arm and feet because even so, my mother had put sun cream on, but there was something in the sun cream.
Right.
So
So did you
always,
have a reaction?
yeah, always put good sun cream on, guys. Don't buy the cheap, crappy, nasty stuff and ask your chemist which one they recommend. Here's Alec.
Yeah, absolutely, Barry. So you need to wear a good product. I think sunscreen is now quite well regulated. So I think that sunscreen requires an SPF rating
Yeah,
to be sold, and I believe that you can rely on that now to give you, so that you can be comfortable that you will get the sun protection that you need. And yeah, you can definitely buy different sunscreens that have different effect on your skin, can't you? You can still get different bases and that kind of thing.
yeah.
So you want to get something that's
And if you're going in the water, guys, get a water resistant sun cream. Here's Alec.
That is a super piece of advice, mate, because it's a classic trick, isn't it? To put your sunscreen on, go in the water and have it washed off, and then get sunburned, either in the water or when you get out. So very good advice to get the best sunscreen you can, and hopefully one that is water resistant as well.
So don't, like I just said a couple of moments ago, don't buy the cheap, crappy stuff that may not last. I showed you a bottle of sun cream on episode 70. So now we're going to talk about safety at the beach and the pool. Now, safety at the beach. Okay. The beaches are a big area. Okay? You must, and how can I repeat, you must take responsibility for your own actions. Here's Alex.
Yeah, absolutely good advice, Barry. So behave responsibly, think about what you're doing.
And let people know what you're doing. Have your mobile phone with you, okay? Because if you don't have it, how are people gonna get in contact with you? And make sure that you've got credit. Here's Alex.
Yeah, that's right. And particularly if you're going to, you know, a bit of a remote place, a remote beach, just make sure that everybody knows, somebody knows where you're going and where you are and when you're going to come back.
So don't just go, yeah, and then disappear, because people may be worried, sick about you. Here's Alex.
That's right. Yeah, don't just shoot through and not tell anyone. Good idea to tell someone where you're going to go. And as you said, take your mobile phone with you, so you're always within contact.
And we also mentioned too on the show that if you get lost, arrange a meeting point. Here's Alex.
Yeah, what great advice, mate. So beaches can be very busy places, and sometimes you can forget where you set up, you know, and so if you get split up from the people that you're there with, it's a great idea to have a meeting place so that you can get back together.
Like, say, for the DY Surf Lifesaving Club in the car park. Meet there and decide what you're going to do at the beach as well. Here's Alex.
Yeah, that's a good piece of advice as well. So have a think about what you want to do there. Are you going to walk along the boardwalk? You're going to buy an ice cream? Are you going to sit on the sand? You know, what are you going to do at the beach, and have a think about it. And then, yeah, have a good spot to meet up with people.
And make sure you don't carry too much money around, because some pickpockets can just take your money and go, here's Alex.
Yeah, unfortunately that's very true, Barry. So some unscrupulous people do target beaches for stealing things, money and wallets and phones and all sorts of things. So,
And even your car keys. So if you're not going to be driving your car for the next few hours, take the keys with you and lock the vehicle up. Here's Alex.
yeah, that's right. Definitely lock the vehicle, because somebody could just come along and try the car door and then take anything that's inside. And a lot of people do leave sort of loose change and that kind of thing inside the car. So definitely lock it up, take the key with you and keep it in a safe place.
And don't show your money too. Because again, like I've just said, people can go and then steal a whole lot. So I only take a small amount of money, okay? Say like for an ice cream or fish and chips or a cup of tea or coffee or cake. Here's Alec.
Yeah, that's right. So you don't want to sort of show your money if you've got a lot of cash in your wallet. You want to kind of keep that private.
Because
Yeah.
don't just say, hey, I've got $500. Because again, that could go. Here's Alec.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, if you've got a large amount of cash, you definitely don't want to sort of show that around, because if there is, a pickpocket or a criminal around, they will definitely target you if they see something like that.
So please don't be foolish at the beach. And some places too, they may have alcohol-free zones. Here's Alec.
Yeah, that's right. And in fact, alcohol-free zones, I think they're a pretty good idea, because people do silly things when they drink alcohol, and they can be a bit unsocial, antisocial. So making beaches alcohol-free is a really good idea, I think. And you've got to respect it, don't you? So if you
So don't just say, I don't want to do this, and then go punch someone in the face, because that is assault.
yeah.
Okay, and police do patrol the beaches. Here's Alec.
That is so true, and it happens, doesn't it? So when people are under the influence, they do silly things, and they can become aggressive, and they can hurt other people. And of course, as you say, it's illegal. And quite often, in the really busy times, there are police around, and they do patrol the beaches for that very reason.
So don't be so flaming stupid. Here's Alec.
Yeah, that's right. So don't drink alcohol when you go to the beach. Don't break the rules, and be kind and nice to everybody else.
And we will take a break. Okay, we have to close the show now, and thank you so much for joining us here. So you will have to bear with me okay, because I have been quite sick, but just reminding you to behave appropriately at the beach. Here's Alec to close the show with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So lots of good advice today about what to do and not to do at the beach. And thank you for having me on the show today.
And thank you, and we will continue where we left off with the last segment very shortly. But the most important thing, let people know where you are, okay? Don't just go, here's Alec.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good idea to tell people where you're going so that someone knows where you are and where you should be and knows to look out for you if you don't come back.
Yeah, and like I've also said today on the show, arrange a meeting point. Don't just go willy-nilly. Here's Alec.
Yeah, that's right. So if you're going to meet some people, some friends, decide on a place where you will meet so that you don't waste time finding each other.
And take your phone with you as well, because, you know, having a mobile phone is important. Here's Alec.
Yeah, that's right. So useful, isn't it? In order to help you find other people if there's a misunderstanding or somebody's running late. Very good, helpful to have a phone so you can just let people know.
And just another important rule, and I will get that out, never go swimming at night, because you can get caught in a rip, okay? And keep an eye on your kids in the pool. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, that's lots of good advice, mate. So yeah, don't swim at night. Very easy to get into trouble and very hard to be rescued. And also stay safe in the pool.
And no urinating in public either. Here's Alec.
Yeah, that's right. It's not a nice thing to do, is it?
No, it's not.
No.
So, guide my community announcement, as always, save 000 for saving lives. Here's Alex to close episode 72 with that.
Yeah, always a great piece of advice. Good community service announcement. Leave 000 for emergencies, for real emergencies.
And don't just tell them something that hadn't happened, that had happened, sorry, when it hadn't, because the ambulance service do not like porcupines. Here's Alec for that.
Yeah, that's right. Make sure that if you do call 000, it is because there is genuinely an emergency. There's genuinely a problem.
And tell the ambulance service where you are and where the nearest cross street is, and give the phone number. Here's Alec now.
That's right. So for them to find you, or the person that you're calling for, you have to give some pretty decent instructions, don't you? You have to give them your location and make it fairly clear.
So always have your phone on, guys, in case the ambulance needs to call you back. And if the situation changes, call 000 straight back. Here's Alec.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Mobile phones are so useful, aren't they? And keep it on. I think quite often if you do call 000 in an emergency, they will actually keep you on the call and say don't hang up.
And tell the call taker exactly what has happened. Here's Alec.
Yeah, that's good advice too. So when you are in an emergency situation, you'll need to explain what's happening. And I think the operator will ask you a bunch of questions, and they will help you to explain where you are and what the problem is.
And don't panic on the phone either, because it makes it hard for the call taker to understand you. Here's Alec.
Yes, try to stay calm. Don't panic. Panicking is not going to help anybody. So just try to stay calm and breathe deeply and clearly.
Like, go.
Yeah.
And then speak slowly, like don't speak really fast. Okay, because the caretaker may ask you to calm down and speak slowly and never ever speak aggressively on the phone to them. Here's Alex.
Yeah, that's really important, isn't it? You don't want to get angry. These people on the other end of the line, they're there to help, and they're usually very nice and helpful and kind people, and you should never get angry with them.
So what would you do, Alex, if I was with you? Say, like, example, now, and I needed an ambulance.
So I would, well, depends on where we were, but if we're here at Lifestyles in St Ives, then I would probably get your carer and the manager as quickly as possible, and then we would dial 000 and call them and get an ambulance to come as quickly as possible. And the good news is, I actually think this building is right next door. Is there an ambulance place next door?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, so we're actually super close. So if anybody was having an emergency here, we would probably have a paramedic like in seconds, you know? Like they could come around very, very quickly, unless I suppose they were all out at other jobs, which is possible.
So
Yeah.
remember, guys, it is important to be respectful, be mindful, tell the operator what has happened, the street, the number, the place you're at, etc. So I have managed to get the show all finished, okay, which is good news. Here's Alex.
Yeah, well done, mate. So still getting over that cold, and you've done a great job of putting together a really interesting show today, even though you're still getting over it.
So, like we said in the opening sequence, do not come to work. Keep your germs to yourself and the base so that you don't infect others, okay? And be respectful. So to take us out with that, here's Alex.
Yeah, really lovely advice, mate. Always be respectful, sensitive to others, and if you are sick and infectious, stay away. Very, very good advice. For everyone.
And have a COVID test as well to check whether you have COVID. Here's Alex.
Yeah, and of course there are now tests that are like 3-in-1, aren't there? That test COVID and rhinovirus and the flu.
Okay, so we hope that you enjoyed episode 72 today. And once again, I'm sorry that I've been coughing a bit on the show. It's not that I'm sick, just me getting over the cold that I've had, and wear a mask as well. Okay, so that's it from Alex Taylor and myself. And just a reminder before we do go, like I said, the Performing Arts group at the Opera House on the 29th of November. So get your tickets. So there is a matinee show, one o'clock, one at 7 o'clock. Here's Alex to tell you about it before we go.
Yeah, great reminder, Barry, that there's a really cool show happening at the Opera House, 29th of November, a matinee and an evening show. Get your tickets now before you miss out.
And if you happen to be in the city, pop on in. Here's Alec.
Yeah, do you mean on the day?
Yeah.
So that could be tricky if it's sold out. So it's better actually for people, I think, to get their tickets early, and that way if they did want to come, they can guarantee being able to come in and watch.
So it should be a fun night, guys. Look up on the website about the performance, okay? It should be great, and I'll be there too. So, from Alex Taylor and myself, it's bye-bye. Have a great Monday. Bye-bye now.